Hey everyone, in front of me I have the Harley-Davidson Packtalk Edge, a premium, high-performance wireless headset that can be put onto any helmet. In this tutorial, we'll show you everything you need to know about it. The Packtalk Edge is both a Bluetooth intercom and a mesh intercom combined into one small module, and because it's powered by second-generation DMC, or dynamic mesh communication, the grouping of the headsets so you can talk to each other has never been so easy, fast, or reliable. Now, of course you can use this for two-up riding, but as a bike-to-bike unit, you can get up to 1 mile or 1.6 kilometers rider to rider, and all the way up to 5 miles or 8 kilometers front to back as your group size increases all the way up to 15 riders. The system delivers a high level of volume and audio quality due to its sound by JBL, and with the latest in voice reception technology coupled with a noise-canceling microphone, you have natural voice operation, which basically means you can control most elements of this headset just by telling it what to do. In addition to being a completely waterproof headset, the Packtalk Edge comes equipped with Bluetooth 5.2, fast charging, a magnetic air mount which is truly unique, we'll show you that later, completely wireless over-the-air software updates, and is backed by a 3-year warranty. Last but not least, this headset is specifically designed to have full compatibility and integration with any touring model equipped with the Skyline infotainment system. So we'll start with a quick unboxing, we'll then show you how to install it on any different style of helmet, and finally we'll go through the basic operations and show you how to use it. Now, the Packtalk Edge comes either as a single or as a dual kit, meaning you have everything in the box to outfit 2 helmets. In front of me I have both, so let's crack one open, see what's inside. All right, in opening the packaging, you'll find the box, and in opening the box, you have a blister with either 1 or 2 units in it. Removing the blister, you'll see the documentation for the unit, and beneath that, you have all the accessories for installation. That documentation includes a flyer showing you where to download the app for device customization and updating your software. 2 pocket guides, which are picture-oriented, very easy to read, and available in multiple languages. An installation guide, also picture-oriented, with a QR code to the installation video. And the safety and warranty information. Lifting up the flap to go into the accessories compartment, we'll find the magnetic air cradle, both the clamp and adhesive option when it comes to installing it onto the helmet, a hybrid boom microphone for use in open face helmets, the wired button mic for use in closed face or full face helmets, a set of 2 40mm sound by JBL speakers, 2 spacers which can be used to move those speakers closer to your ears inside the helmet, the USB charging cable, 2 round Velcro for use during installation of the speakers, 2 rectangular Velcro for use during installation of the microphone, and finally 2 alcohol prep pads to make sure everything's nice and clean. All right, let's now see how to install this into your helmet. We'll look at a full face, a modular, a 3/4 open face, and we'll finish with a half helmet. If your helmet allows for it, you'll want to start by removing the cheek pads on both sides and the headliner. That just gives you a bit more room to work and makes things a little easier. Now I noticed all 3 of these helmets have a little speaker cutout on both sides, and that's always a good place to start, so we'll grab one of our round Velcro and just stick that right into position. Now whether your helmet has these or not is really not a big deal. The most important thing is when you go to put the helmet on your head that the speaker is landing over your ear. So if we use this cavity and that's not where my ear is, I can always use these booster pads to pad that out. Now I've got a flat surface and I can put that speaker anywhere I need to. Do the same thing on the other side. Once you grab the speakers, take note that the speaker with the longer wire goes on the right side of the helmet, speaker with the shorter wire on the left side of the helmet. So let's go ahead and mount those into position. And again, feel free to adjust as needed so it lands right over your ear. For 3/4 and modular helmets, we're now going to look at the inner part of the left side of the helmet. For this style helmet, you want to use the hybrid boom microphone, but before you lay down any Velcro, go ahead and place it in there and try to get an idea of where you're going to mount. You want to put a Velcro for the back and a Velcro for the front, and you want to make sure you leave yourself with enough room to get that boom mic all the way to the front of the mouth. That looks great. I know where to put the Velcro, so let's do it. Go ahead and place the Velcro and mount the microphone, making sure to stay away from any snaps, in which case, well, you're in good shape here. When mounted on a modular helmet, it should stay completely out of the way of the chin bar. In either case, just always make sure this little triangle is facing towards the direction of your mouth. It's super important for the best performance. On a full face helmet like this, we're going to use the wired button mic. We would typically place the mic so that it's directly in front of your mouth, right in the middle. This particular helmet has a pump system, so we'll just put it off to the side. The goal is that you want to have the mic right in front of your mouth when you put the helmet on. So we'll grab one of the rectangular Velcro and then simply attach the microphone. So at this point, our speakers are in, the mic's in, we're done on the right side. So to start cleaning things up a little bit, we can put the right side cheek pad back in and the headliner, running the right side speaker wire up over top of the head. Now we'll go to the left side of the helmet and we'll mount the cradle. You have two options when it comes to mounting the magnetic air mount to the helmet. One is to use the clamp, which just pinches onto the shell of the helmet, if that's an option. The other is to use the adhesive plate, and the way to figure out which one to use is by looking at the left bottom side of your helmet. If this is greater than 5 millimeters, or if, as in this case, if you have an actuator right here, you're gonna wanna use the adhesive mount. If it's less than 5 millimeters and this is nice and clean, there's nothing in the way, then for sure you can just use the pinch mount. In this case, we'll use the adhesive. So let's grab one of the alcohol prep pads and just clean that area. Make sure it's nice and clean so we get a good stick. Once dry, just grab your adhesive plate, maybe do a practice run to get an idea where you're gonna put it. Then go ahead and stick it into place. The air mount will then slide down on these two tabs. So just line it up and make sure you get the click. Over to the full face for a second. If we look at the left side on this, this is plenty thin, there's nothing in the way. We can totally use the pinch mount on this one. So what we'll do, take the air mount, take the clamp, put these two pieces together, make sure you get the click, and then just somewhere in the middle of the helmet, somewhere nice and clean, apply whatever pressure is needed to get it in there. Connect your microphone and speaker cables. Then from there, it's all about cable management. There's always room inside the helmet to hide the wires, make sure you don't feel the connectors. Then go ahead and get your cheek pad back in place and get it all back together. Mounting to a half helmet requires the use of the Packtalk Edge half helmet kit. Now this is sold separately and has the boom attached to the cradle itself. And it can be mounted by clamping the shell or using the adhesive as well. Once you have the cradle mounted, you can route the speakers to the existing ear pads. If the helmet doesn't have ear pads, those are readily available. And if needed, you can always make use of the 3.5 millimeter output for alternative options. And finally, grab the Packtalk Edge module, put it close to the mount, and let it do the rest. When you're ready to take it off, there's a tab in the front, push that down, slide it forward, and that takes it off. When all is said and done, everything should be nice and clean. We shouldn't see any wires running everywhere, and you're good. The Packtalk Edge has 3 activation buttons controlling the intercom, the media, and mobile. There's also a clickable control wheel in the back. Remember, this has natural voice operation, so there's many times where you can just say, "Hey Cardo," and the command, and not have to touch anything. To turn the unit on, just press and hold the mobile and media button together for about 2 seconds. And turning it off is the exact same thing, at which point it'll read you the battery status.
Battery status, full.
You can pair up to 2 devices directly to the headset itself. Now this could be a phone and another phone. This could be a phone and a GPS. Some choose just to pair to the bike and leave it at that. Either way, you want to match the correct pairing mode with the device that you plan to pair with. To pair a mobile phone, just press and hold the mobile button down for about 5 seconds till you hear phone pairing.
Phone pairing.
Then just go to your phone's Bluetooth setting. Go ahead and turn that on. And when the device shows up, Packtalk Edge HD, go ahead and select it.
Phone connected.
If you're going to be pairing to a second mobile phone, just press and hold that same mobile button.
Phone pairing.
And then roll the wheel forward.
Second phone pairing.
To go to second phone pairing, you'll then do exactly the same thing you did on the first phone to pair up. When going to pair up with a standalone third-party GPS unit, press and hold the mobile button to get into pairing mode.
Phone pairing.
And then tap it one more time for GPS pairing.
GPS pairing.
Then search for the headset on the GPS device and go ahead and pair with it. And finally, if you want to ready the headset to pair directly with the bike itself, just press and hold the mobile pairing button.
Phone pairing.
And then roll the wheel backwards.
Bike pairing.
Bike pairing. Now you would go to the bike's TFT system, search for devices, find the headset, and select to pair with it. One last thing, if you ever find yourself in the wrong pairing mode or there by accident, just press and hold the mobile button for 2 seconds.
Pairing failed.
to cancel the pairing. Now, before going any further, you want to make sure that your unit is running the latest software. Doing so just make sure that it's free of any bugs and that you have the latest features that are available. Remember, with this unit, there is no cables needed. It's all done over the air. Start by downloading and opening the Cardo Connect app. Will you be asked to register? Name your unit. Go ahead and select your language. And right here we see, update your unit. So let's go for it. This process typically takes about 8 minutes, and of course, you can always update the software using a USB cable in your computer if you'd like to. And that's it. This unit is up to date, and we're good to go. All right, now let's check out some of the main operations and phone call functionality. To increase the volume, just roll the wheel forward, and to decrease the volume, just roll it backwards. Now, at any point, if you'd like to mute your microphone, the front button and top button, push them together. That deactivates the mic, and that's super helpful when you're communicating with other riders. You still want to be able to hear them, but you don't want anything coming from your microphone. To reactivate it, the same buttons, press them at the same time, and the mic is back live. And lastly, to pull up your phone's voice assistant, whether it's an iOS or Android, just tap the mobile button one time. That'll pull it up. Tapping it again will make it go away. Speaking of phone, if you get an incoming phone call that you don't want to answer, just roll the wheel backwards. That'll send it to voicemail. If you do want to answer it, tap the mobile button one time. That'll pick up the call and bring it into your helmet. And when you're ready to end the call, just go ahead and tap the mobile button one more time. You can redial the last number you called by pressing and holding that mobile button for 2 seconds. You can also assign a speed dial number to the headset. To do that, we've got to go to the app. Go to the phone section, and the top slot, you see a speed dial star. Go ahead and hit set. Find the contact that you want to set for your speed dial. Make sure to hit set in the top right. Then to activate your speed dial, just double tap the mobile button. When it comes to listening to music, you can of course stream it via Bluetooth from your phone or another connected device, or make use of the built-in FM radio. I'll show you how to do both. Streaming music to the helmet is pretty straightforward, and you don't need the app open or really at all in order to do it. I just have it open so you can see what's going on inside the helmet. So let me go to the music section. To start the music streaming from the headset, it's one tap of the media button. Music is now playing. To skip forward, tap it again. Skip forward, tap it again. To go backwards, it's 2 taps. And to stop the music, tap the roller wheel one time. Now you also have the ability to share your music with a passenger. In order to do that, you need to make sure, go to Bluetooth, that the person you plan to share the music with is paired with you in that Rider A channel. Once that's the case, go back to DMC, go back to music, and you can either tap that button, that's an active button to start sharing the music, or a 2-second hold of the intercom button to start or stop the music sharing. If you're going to make use of the unit's built-in FM radio, then setting it up through the app is probably the easiest way to do that. Here we see our 6 open presets. As soon as I hold one, that's going to save the station. I can do it again on here. If I wanted to edit it, I can change this to be anything that I want. Hit save. Up in the top right, you also have the option to auto-tune all presets. That's helpful when you're in the middle of nowhere and you're not sure what stations you like. Then to turn on the FM radio from the headset itself, it's 2 taps of the media button.
87.5.
To go forward in your presets, tap the media button one time.
108.
And just like music, it's 2 taps. To go backwards,
87.5.
and when it's time to turn the radio off, just tap the roller wheel. And lastly, if I wanted to switch sources between the music that's streaming or the built-in FM radio, I can do that by just pressing and holding the media button for 2 seconds. So let's start the music. 1 tap. To switch over to FM, 2 seconds on the media button.
87.5.
That's now the built-in FM radio. To go back to music, 2 seconds. And I'm back to music streaming. When it comes to intercom, the Packtalk Edge has two different intercom modes. The first one is DMC intercom mode, which is the mesh, and by far the preferred platform to be in. That's indicated by the green flashing LED, and it'll stay in that mode as you turn it off and turn it back on. The other mode, what I call Plan B, is Bluetooth intercom mode, and that's when it's acting like a normal, traditional Bluetooth-based headset. That exists because if you have this and your buddy has just a Bluetooth-based headset, that's the mode you have to be in. But like I said, if you have the option, always choose to set up your group in DMC. Now, grouping the headsets together in DMC intercom mode is easy and it is fast, and it's the exact same process whether you're doing 2 or 6 or 15. It does not matter. You can do this using the app. I'm going to show you using the buttons. Just press and hold the intercom button.
Grouping initiated.
The LED will start flashing green and red. You'll hear grouping initiated.
Searching
and everyone
for
can do
group.
this at the same time or one-on-one, doesn't matter.
Searching
As soon
for
as you
group.
see that go purple like that, that's in the group. Let's do it on this one as well.
Searching for group.
Done.
Searching
That's in the
for
group. Now this one will keep searching a little bit longer for other members to join this
Searching
group,
for group.
and then the group will be created.
Grouping succeeded. 2 group members connected.
Done. There's a few features of DMC that are worth mentioning, and I'm going to go over to the intercom section of the app so you can see what's going on. Inherent of DMC, once you've created a group, everybody can hear and talk to each other all the time. There's a mute functionality that if you'd want to remove yourself from the conversation, press and hold the roller wheel for 2 seconds. This helmet is now muted from the conversation. I don't hear anybody that's talking, and they don't hear me. To re-engage, 2 seconds, and you're back. You can, of course, do that directly from the app as well. And speaking of the app, here's our group of 3 that we just created. I named it Demo Group. You can name it whatever you'd like. And here's the 2 members of that group. Had these 2 members name their devices, those names would populate here. And the one with the little lock symbol is the one that's associated to my private chat. Private chat, when activated, establishes
Private
a
chat
direct one-on-one link with that person. So these 2 headsets now are having a one-on-one conversation regardless of the group and the group size, and it has no effect on the other members of the group. They're all still talking. If I tap that again,
Private chat off.
this conversation is back to being all 3 of them. If I tap the other person,
Private chat on.
that now activated private chat with the other member,
Private chat off.
and that's now my default for private chat. Meaning that if I didn't have the app available or in front of me, when I go to activate private chat from the headset itself, it's now going to go to that person. Activating private chat is 2 taps of the intercom button.
Private chat on.
Private chat is on, one-on-one conversation,
Private chat off.
and it's back to all 3 of them. If anyone in the group receives a phone call, say from another rider that's using different equipment or anybody for that matter, they can share that phone call with the entire group by pressing and holding the intercom button for 2 seconds. And if any member of the group has a passenger using a Bluetooth-only intercom headset, such as the Freecom 2X or Freecom 4X, you can add them to the conversation as well. You do that by putting the Bluetooth headset into its intercom pairing mode. And then right here where we see add riders, we're going to add rider, pair new passenger,
Rider A pairing.
and we wait for these 2 to find each other. Now that these 2 are connected, I can bring the passenger into the conversation by tapping the intercom button 3 times. The passenger is now part of the bigger conversation, and I can remove the passenger from the conversation by doing the same thing. Passenger's gone, these 3 are still talking with each other. For the times when DMC is not an option because you're looking to pair with Bluetooth-only headsets, that's when you need to switch your Packtalk Edge from DMC intercom mode to Bluetooth intercom mode. You can do that by tapping Bluetooth on the app or pressing the mobile and intercom button together for about 3 seconds.
Bluetooth intercom mode.
The Packtalk Edge is now in Bluetooth intercom mode. It's acting like a Bluetooth headset. In this mode, you can pair 1 headset on your Rider A channel and 1 headset on your Rider B channel. Now, the Packtalk Edge can pair to Bluetooth intercoms of any other brand, and that other brand may or may not need to use its universal pairing mode, but the process on your side remains the same regardless. So let's just hit pair.
Rider A pairing.
On this headset, we'll put it into its pairing mode for intercom.
Rider A ready.
Okay, those 2 are successfully paired, and now for our B channel, let's just do the same thing. Rider B,
Rider B pairing.
and we'll put our second headset into its Bluetooth intercom pairing mode.
Rider B ready.
Okay, we've got a rider on channel A and a rider on channel B. Now to activate the intercom with your rider A, it's a single tap of the intercom button. Single tap to close it. And it's a double tap to open the B. Intercom's open. Intercom's closed, and of course I can talk to both of them at the same time as well. If for some reason you need to reset your unit, you can reboot it by pressing and holding the intercom and media buttons together for about 10 seconds, or reset it all the way back to factory settings by pressing and holding all 3 buttons for 10 seconds, which will wipe it clean and you can start over. And that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.